So I just want to know one thing. Did we save the best for last? All right. Sun's out for you. It's going to be a wonderful celebration. Good evening. My name is William Watkins, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, and it is my great honor to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Mike Curb College of Arts, Media, and Communication. I ask that you all now please rise, if you are able, and remain standing while the CSUN Jazz A-Band, under the direction of Professor Tina Raymond, plays the national anthem, accompanied by vocalist Linda Melendez, and performed in American Sign Language by students from CSUN's graduating class.
Oh, say can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the bright moonlit night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rippling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and please be seated. How about another cheer for our vocalist who has sung through all of the commencement ceremonies, Linda Melendez. Before introducing members of the platform party, I would first like to acknowledge the land on which Cal State Northridge is located. In order to honor indigenous history and affirm our intent to create authentic relationships and take meaningful actions in support of Native American people in this region, Cal State University Northridge recognizes and acknowledges the Sesavatam, the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of Sesavinga that is now occupied by our institution. And it honors their elders, past and present, and the Sesavatam descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino-Tatavian Band of Mission Indians. We recognize that the Sesavatam are still here, and we are committed to uplifting their stories, their culture, and community. Thank you. And now we'll take a moment to watch as Mr. Rudy Ortega and Mr. Mark Villaseñor, President and Vice President of the Fernandino-Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, share with us their cultural welcome.
Witiako, Aminat, Netawan, Rudy Ortega Jr., Nononi, Tomiyar. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rudy Ortega Jr. I'm the tribal president of the Fernandino-Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, and I'm here with my family, my two sons, Tomiyar Ortega and Noli Ortega, as well as my cousin, Mark Villaseñor, who's also the vice president of our tribe. We're the first people, descendants of the people of the San Fernando Valley, who are now Fernandino-Tatavian. We descend from these villages. And we just want to congratulate all the graduates who are graduating this year, and we want to sing some songs for you. This first song is Paco. It means come and enter as we welcome everybody for this graduation. The next song is a bear song that we're going to sing as we're in spring and celebrating everyone's graduation. Paco que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, me ay que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, What será, what será, what será, no hunga no será. What será, no, what será, what será, no hunga no será. What será, no, what será, what será, no hunga no será. What será, what será, what será, no hunga no será. Thank you.
And we thank you. Celebrating this occasion with us today and seated on the platform are President Erica D. Beck, members of the President's Cabinet, and university leaders. Also, for the Mike Curb College of Art, Media, and Communication, we have Dean Dr. Dan Hoskin, Associate Dean Dr. Candace Harris, and department chairs and program directors. First, Professor Samantha Fields from Art, Professor Jared Rappaport for Cinema and Television Arts, representing Communication Studies, we have Dr. Joel Lemuel, Dr. Stephanie Bluestein for Journalism, people are studying journalism these days. Okay. Dr. John Rosigno for Music. Professor Dan Weingarten, Theater. And Daniela Gerson, Professor of Journalism and this evening's mace bearer. In addition, Faculty President Dr. Michael Neubauer, your Associated Students President, Paige Hodgeloo, Chair of CSUN Alumni Association, Dr. Felicia Conlon, and Trustee for the California State University, Jean Picker Furstenberg. Will all the members of the platform party and guests please rise and be acknowledged? Thank you. So graduate, I would say that you've made it. You're here. You look radiant, you look excited, and we are so excited for you. So many of you are the first in your family to make the history of gaining your college degree. That is worth hollering and shouting and yelling about. And we're going to do a lot of that while we're here. But no matter what your journey and pathway to arriving at this station, you all did the work required to earn your degrees, and we celebrate you for that. This occasion is all about celebrating you and letting you know just how inspired we are by your accomplishments. So are you ready to get on with the ceremony? Yeah, let's do it. I bring to you now our president, Dr. Beck.
Good evening, Matadors. I heard you cheer louder earlier. Let's try it again. Good evening, Matadors. As president of California State University, Northridge, it is my great honor to address our graduating class and share some parting thoughts as you turn to a crisp new page in the next chapter of your life's journey. A journey that began for so many on the heels of a missed opportunity to celebrate a high school graduation live and in person with all of the cheers, fanfare, and festivity that you deserved. So today we are ready to make up for that loss with all of the pomp and circumstance we can muster because you have earned it 2 times over. Are you ready to celebrate, Matadors? And what says pomp and circumstance more than that time-honored tradition? That moment that everyone eagerly awaits at commencement time, a very lengthy speech from the president. You laughed a little too hard at that joke. I will not disappoint, I promise. It's like 37 minutes or less, gonna go like that. And you look amazing. Like all of you, I dressed up for the evening. Today, I am wearing my sparkly red commencement chucks. Now, these are not just any chucks. They only come out at graduation time, and they are magical. Today, when I click my heels 3 times, you will officially be alumni, and I know you're ready for that. On behalf of CSUN's distinguished faculty and staff, graduates, I am overjoyed to congratulate you on the remarkable achievement that we are celebrating today. As Dr. Watkins indicated, many of you are the first in your family to graduate from college, and we want to see how many. So if you are making history for your family as the first to graduate from college, would you please cheer and stand if you are able? Well done. We know that for all of our graduates, arriving at this moment took years of dedication and commitment, an experience that unfolded amid a global pandemic, a racial reckoning, and devastating geopolitical and humanitarian crises across the globe. And through it all, you remained committed to your studies and connected to your Matador community. You showed us all what resilience and determination in the face of challenge looks like. And you embodied the very essence of the Matador spirit and a commitment to advancing equity, inclusion, and justice. Words imparted from a president to her graduating class often come in the form of a final lesson, that penultimate opportunity to encapsulate all that you have learned on our campus to prepare you to flourish beyond our doors. But the truth is, you have already mastered every lesson that our faculty has offered, and you have emerged as leaders and role models in your own right. Wherever you were 4 years ago when the pandemic began, graduating high school, in community college, or even right here at CSUN on flat screens populated with Zoom boxes, and whatever personal challenges you have experienced, look where you are now. But it didn't just happen. Your education is a success story because you made it so. You weren't a passive observer in the midst of crisis. You chose to act, to respond, and to advance your values, ideals, and perspectives, even when it was unimaginably hard. Your CSUN degree is undeniable evidence of the knowledge that you have acquired during your time here. But in the process, our campus community became immeasurably better because of you. So thank you for showing up fully, authentically, for yourselves, for your families, and for each other. I have every confidence that beyond our doors, you will continue to show up. You will continue to succeed, and you will stand as a beacon of hope for a more compassionate future that embraces our inherent interconnectedness and celebrates the richness of diversity that we all bring to our global community. When you cross this stage, you will emerge on the other side, prepared to realize every ounce of your own potential as you continue to add beauty, wonder, and inspiration to our shared human experience. And while I very much enjoy my sparkly red commencement chucks, their sparkle pales in comparison to the brilliance found in each of you. We also know that you did not arrive at this moment alone. Your friends and family have devoted themselves, sometimes at great personal sacrifice, to make sure that you arrived at this moment. So graduates, let's also celebrate your families and friends with a very big round of applause. Thank you, families and friends. Our faculty and staff arrive on our campus every day hoping to facilitate one thing: opportunity. Opportunity in service of a brighter future for us all, because talent lies in every corner of our community. And it is our collective responsibility to ensure that every student who seeks it finds a pathway not only to the doors of higher education, but also to this very commencement stage. So graduates, let's also cheer for the dedicated faculty and staff who have facilitated that opportunity for you. Graduates, it has been our tremendous honor to support you in your academic journey, and our great privilege to see you realize your educational aspirations. And as I close my remarks, I was waiting for the disappointment. Aww. No, I know, really, you were cheering, hoping I'd keep going. As I come to a close, I just want you all to know, and I hope that you feel, we are genuinely inspired by you and the role that you will continue to play in helping us realize a brighter and more equitable future. A future in which we hope you will always remember, once a Matador, always a Matador. Stay connected to CSUN, come back often, and help inspire the students who seek to follow in your footsteps. Congratulations, class of 2024.
You know, I think we can do that a little bit better. Once a Matador? All right, let's remember that. Thank you, President Beck. We are now privileged to hear from a graduate from your class who's been invited to share brief remarks appropriate to this occasion. Please welcome Shaliel Quintanilla Flores from the Department of Cinema and Television Arts to address the graduating class. Come forward.
Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to address you as we celebrate this milestone. But before I begin, I want to remind you to please take a moment tonight to thank anyone who supported you on this journey. It could be family who made sacrifices, friends who kept you company during long study nights, and anyone who maybe gave you a ride to school, or perhaps was just a listening ear when you wanted to spill the tea, spill the tears, or just talk nonsense. Thank them, please. My family comes from Nicaragua and El Salvador, so it's only fitting that I say it in Spanish. Gracias por ayudar a este patito feo a descubrir que sí es posible convertirse en cisne. To all the graduates, whether you have been at CSUN for 2 years, 4 years, or more, you have had an unprecedented college experience. You persevered through challenges because you dreamed of walking across this stage and earning this diploma tonight. And now I promise, this isn't going to be a lecture. I know we've all had our fair share of them, and tonight we're just here to have fun. Instead, I want you to take a moment to picture your favorite film, the one that made you laugh or cry. Now think about your favorite song. My neighbors listen to Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran on loop, whether they want to or not. Now think about an art piece that moved you, a news story that impacted you, or a play that captivated you, a speech that inspired you, a book that imprinted on your mind long after you finished reading it. Everything that you just envisioned right at this moment was once someone's dream, and now it is fortunate enough to be regarded as one of your favorite things. This is what we do as humans. We turn to art, media, and forms of communication to help us feel seen and to build our voices. Now, a little story time. Recently, I watched the movie Wonka, and while a man singing about why you should buy his chocolate is a bizarre source of inspiration, trust me, I know, the one thing that stuck with me about this film is the quote, "Every good thing in this world started with a dream." Whether you currently know what your dream is or yet to discover it, you pushed through this college journey because you had a dream and you had a voice that wanted to be heard. We may become artists, we may become filmmakers, musicians, journalists, performers, communicators, among other incredible professions. But the one thing that we share is our persistence, because that is what allowed us to fulfill this very dream of walking across the stage tonight. So congratulations to you all, and thank you.
Thank you, Shaliel, for your inspiring message, and congratulations to you. Greetings, everyone. My name is Meera Komaraju, and I serve the university as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. The Mike Curb College of Arts, Media and Communication would like to give special recognition to those students who have demonstrated outstanding scholarship and other special achievements while at the university. These students may be identified by the honors medallions, cords, and sashes they are wearing. I ask those graduating with academic and other special honors to please rise if you are able and receive our applause. Thank you. You may now be seated. I now invite Dr. Dan Hoskin, Dean for the Mike Curb College of Arts, Media, and Communication, to highlight two students who serve as examples of the excellence and extraordinary achievement that can be found among CSUN's accomplished student body.
Good evening. It is my great pleasure to present 3 students for additional recognition. Students, when I call your name, please rise if you're able and remain standing while I speak briefly about your accomplishments. First, from the Department of Communication Studies, Matul Kalra. Communication Studies senior and CSUN's Wolfson Scholar, Matul never imagined the opportunities she found at CSUN. Feeling disconnected during COVID, she sought to become more involved in student activities, including Camp Matador, CSUN Mentorship, GE Honors, and the Mike Curb College Student Success Program. It was particularly with the Asian American Studies Department that she found community, realizing the importance of her voice and agency in advocacy. She joined Associated Students and led her first event, Taking Action on Anti-Asian Violence. Matul was chair of Legislative Affairs for Associated Students, and was selected to represent the 480,000 students of the Cal State Student Association traveling to Sacramento and Washington, D.C. for CSU Advocacy Days. Her efforts included advocacy for a new metro stop to increase public transportation accessibility for students, and she successfully advocated for EBT to be accepted at on-campus dining locations. Yeah, that deserves a cheer. All right. Maintaining a 3.96 GPA and earning a minor in political science, Matul received a coveted internship with Senator Alex Padilla's office, served on the University Corporation's Board of Directors, and was president for the Communication Association. She also recently secured a spot in the 2024-25 California Senate Fellowship, a competitive one-year program during which she will work as a legislative aide in the Capitol. Her professors praise her as hardworking, tireless, optimistic, and exemplary. Congratulations, Matul. Alexandra Ali Nehera from the Department of Journalism. Ali's passion for broadcast journalism began in high school journalism class. In the wake of the pandemic, she realized it was more than just a passing fancy. With a 3.92 GPA, she has served as president of CSUN's chapter of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, lead anchor for Valley View News, writer and editor for the online magazine Study Breaks, editorial intern at Dzank Books, and music and news writer for The Mixdown. In her recognition of her efforts, Ali was selected for the Distinguished Student Journalist Award from the Society of Professional Journalists last October. Tragically, that same night she was out celebrating with her family, her childhood home caught fire. Although heartbroken by the loss, Allie was determined to persevere in her studies. In the words of one professor, she has overcome some very traumatic situations this year that would have stymied people twice her age, and instead has handled them with grace and resilience, all the while maintaining excellence in her own classes. This spring, Allie was admitted to a master's program and has been offered several opportunities to work in her field. Her determination has paid off. Congratulations, Allie. Next is Brittany Nguyen from the Department of Music. Upon discovering CSUN's media composition program, Brittany knew that CSUN was where she needed to be to advance her career. A child of first-generation immigrants from Vietnam, she is the first musician in her family. And with a 4.0 GPA, she has distinguished herself in the music department. Brittany has been described by her professors as a true scholar, one that pushes herself to learn new ideas and then successfully utilizes those ideas both in and out of the classroom. And her efforts are riveting, deeply felt, and singular in their capacity to move and enlighten. Inspired by various music genres as a burgeoning film composer, she has worked at the Unison Soraya Nazarian Center for the Performing Arts and is considered an asset to the department as a composer and an artist. She contributes to the excellence of the music department studio ensemble concerts each semester and was invaluable help in mentoring first-time and inexperienced arrangers. As a composer, she collaborated with the film department on a senior film thesis that was included in the CTVA Spring Showcase at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in April. Congratulations, Brittany.
Thank you, Dean Hoskin. I would now like to invite Provost Komaraju back to the podium to present the candidates for the master's degree.
From the Mike Kerb College of Arts, Media and Communication, the Departments of Art and Design, Cinema and Television Arts, Communication Studies, Journalism, Music, and Theater. These departments are represented by graduates at this ceremony. I ask that all graduates for the master's degree, please rise if you're able. President Beck, I have the honor of presenting to you the graduate class of 2024. These candidates have completed the requirements for the master's degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by the faculty of California State University, Northridge. Candidates, please continue standing as President Beck confers the master's degree upon you.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Art, Master of Arts in Communication Studies, Master of Arts in Mass Communication, Master of Arts in Music Industry Administration, Master of Arts in Theater Arts, Master of Fine Arts in Art, Master of Fine Arts in Screenwriting, and the Master of Music. With all the rights, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, congratulations to each of you. You may be seated as I invite Dean Hoskin back to present the candidates for the baccalaureate degree.
From the Mike Kerb College of Arts, Media and Communication, the Departments of Art and Design, Cinema and Television Arts, Communication Studies, Journalism, Music, and Theater are represented by the graduates in this ceremony. I ask that all candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise if you're able and remain standing. President Beck, we have the honor of presenting to you the undergraduate class of 2024. These candidates have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended for their degrees by the faculty of California State University, Northridge.
Are you ready? I didn't hear you. Are you ready? They're ready. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Art, Bachelor of Arts in Cinema and Television Arts, Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies. I really appreciate the faculty assist over there. Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, Bachelor of Arts in Theater, Bachelor of Arts in Music, and the Bachelor of Music. Small but mighty, and kind of melodic as well. With all of the rights, honors, and opportunities pertaining thereto, congratulations to each of you. You may be seated, as it is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium your Associated Students President, Paige Hajalou.
Well, good evening, graduates. I am so excited to be congratulating you all this evening. Having served as your Associate Students President this past year has been an absolute honor, and it is now my privilege to announce the moment I think that everyone has been waiting for. Crossing the stage, strutting your stuff, and hearing your name read aloud to signify an accomplishment as a graduate of this incredible university. Are you all ready? Okay, a little bit louder because you are the last commencement. So, are you all ready? That was fabulous. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Thank you all.
Members of the platform party and the department chairs will now offer congratulations to our degree recipients. I ask the degree recipients please move to the platform as directed by the marshals. You will be directed to come forward as your name is read aloud while you cross the platform. Afterwards, please return to your seat as directed by the commencement staff. We ask that guests please help by remaining in your seats so that we may proceed in an orderly manner. We remind you that aisles must be kept open and you are asked to stay in your seats until the end of the ceremony. Out of respect for our graduates and the safety of our guests, noisemakers are not permitted. As our new CSUN tradition, we will be sharing jubilant fist bumps and dance moves.
Now reading names from the Department of Journalism.
Fiona Ann Disa, Beatriz Bajos Felice,
Heather Emily Tosta,
Aaron Eichinger.
Sable Simone Holt.
Conley Valentine Taylor.
Anish Mual. Emily Avalar.
Lisandra Vera.
Joshua Samuel Gonzalez.
Cecia Lopez.
Reza Rastagararazi. Ayana Smith. Jennifer Ramos. Danny Solano.
Stephen Alexander Gutierrez.
Jennifer Rodman.
Kana Kaplan.
Claudia Canchola. Trisha Angelica Horencio Anas. Jose Cruz Delgado. Jasmine Cuza.
Brenda Evelyn Larin. Maya Eva Morales. Rodrigo Hernandez.
Justin Parrott. Edward Siegel. Elijah Langston Uchi. Luis Silva.
William Espinosa. Elvin Armando Gonzalez. Diego Casas Castro. Robert Julian Garcia. Julia Dillacar.
Hugo Maldonado Garcia.
Carla Celeste Vasquez.
Alexandra Gabrielle Nahara.
Tashi Alexandra Rios. Alejandro Perez.
Chris Daniel Herrera. Lauren Hanna.
Leah Villalpando Coronado.
Warren Joseph Lopez. Giselle Lomelli.
Carolina Teo.
Miguel Angel Morales. Mark Monroy. Cooper Ignatian. Micah Hall. Michael Narciso. L. Sabine Lauer.
Jose Alejandro Teo.
Melissa Azevedo.
Leanna Rose Larinto.
Efrain Bayonne. Alana Daly O'Brien.
Giselle Malubeg.
Kaylee Block.
Sydney Roddy.
Roberto Delcano Marcial.
Eileen Reyes.
Michael Anthony Gonzalez Duran.
Kimberly Carrasco Ledesma.
Courtney Beaver. Julieta Flores Romero.
Carissa Sanchez.
Jade Marin.
Michaela Ann Gay.
Carly Payot. Isabella Vodos. Anthony Perez.
Chloe Janabi.
Ingrid Mendoza.
Emily Rivas.
Anna Castro.
Jibby Tellman.
Devin Malone.
Claire Beck. Elizabeth Casas. David Antonio Chavez.
June Sato.
Samson Bader.
Connor Hubble Mullen.
Nicole Quiterio.
Alexandra Gutierrez. Guadalupe Denise Garabay.
Aimee Martinez. Jenna Hughes.
Nancy Joseline Cruz Mora.
Maya Hantman.
Alexa Abigail Garcia Carrasco.
Julie Santiago.
Taylor Dawn Arthur.
Now reading names from the Department of Music.
Luis Enrique Lugo Lopez.
Brandon Jeremy Coprich. Adrian Arias.
Alexandra Amaris Martinez.
Wen Chun Sing.
Adam Scott McCrory. Casera Marie Montoya.
Teresa Lynn Page. Eliza Marie Turner,
Demondre Lynch,
Jianqi Yu, Bryant Woodert, Randy Raz, Noah Daniel Johannes,
Savale Lewis III, Scott Johnson,
Tarane Pourmordian,
Heaven Lee Rivera, Gianella Sky Solorio,
Delilah Hartley,
Gustavo Reese,
Antonio Navarrete,
Alyssa French,
Aiden Newman, Caitlin Sunny Keeley,
Daisy Sabalza,
Loredith Bejarano, Andres Avila,
James Yang,
Mauricio Logan Castellanos Jr., Jared Green,
Raul Rivera,
Ryan Embola, Matthew Donalo,
Ethan Lavenstein Bendel,
Sophia Rose Augustine, Lana Drinsick,
Gavin Harris,
Catherine Fulmer, Lily Bertolt,
Catherine Pratt,
Eli Nania,
Kevin Roman, Bayu Yi,
Ivy Yachi Jin,
Anna Solodilova,
Tomomi Kojima,
Christian Tong,
Michael Clausen,
Asia Tamisha Dearman,
Eric Mall,
Aristotle Farahi, Jonathan Lolo Galliena, Samantha Jalen Carabay, Lak Yan Alicia Chow, Leola Gravely, Lillian Diaz, Rolando Corona, Jordan Brown, Ryan Buchanan,
Lucas Heininger,
Josep Sim,
Jaden Cochran,
James Kerrigan,
Joanna Ye,
Alexandra Cantu,
Alexander Piwan Galindo, Peter Galen Weissman,
Jesse Henelt, David Martin,
Una Sung,
Brittany Nguyen, Ian Lamont,
Joshua Whitman,
Kevin Tien V. Nguyen,
Timothy Franco, Andrew James Greenberg,
Sabrina Sigmeth,
Miranda Clark,
Sarah Hornstein, Blaze Oliver,
Jake Chapman,
Richard Martner,
Thomas Ptolemy Grant,
Jan Hu,
Claire Wing Si Chan,
Si Hua Yu,
Hung Ji Liu,
Daniel G. Kalunga,
Carlos Alexis Puga,
Janice Barajas, Tiona Alilin,
Lakshita Sasikumar, Nadia Warren,
Kyle Brizendine,
Aaliyah Laumer,
Eliana Cohen,
Cecilia Roque,
Casey Ignacio,
Emiliano Gonzalez,
Cassiel Navarro,
Alyssa Exler,
Charles Meacham,
Joel Brennan. Alan Dare Stepanian. Michael Joseph Aradian.
Sarah Elizabeth Tamanaha. Samantha Ashley Rosenberg.
Kira Anderson.
Alicia Singh. Yu-Gyung Grace Sun.
Jillian Dane Vogelsong.
Samantha Grumling.
Elizabeth Knickerbocker.
Jamie Chiemi Tada. Michael Purdy. Andrew Sarah.
Rachel Melman.
Lauren Shea. Sophia Paz. Jared Ward. Jiayang Zhang.
David Ingram. Yen Liang. Ida McCurchian.
Jeremiah Zerby.
Jonathan Corby.
Ruth Stephanie Gomez.
Jared Benicio Medrano.
Chanel Laron Rogers. Now reading names from the Department of Theater.
Valeria Del Castillo.
Olive Janine Gerhardt Hoskin.
Nicholas Solis.
Jerry Blessing Kariuki.
Olivia Daniels.
Vianney Perez.
Daniel Anguiano.
Asia Simone Herbison. Vanessa San Liu.
Sofia Blanca Salazar.
Martine Devin Del Orbe.
Norman Thatch. Jordy Stroud.
Theodore Goldenberg. Brianna Salak. Sarah Trinity Berensprung. Casey Davis.
Riley Hope Kozelski.
Kyle Azoparty. Zachary Gentry.
Jeremy Thompson.
Ashton Bianchi. Julie Irene Garcia. Amber Augustine.
Marley Lane.
Elena Davis.
JCR Luther. Tiana Elizabeth Celeste Jones.
Joshua Payuan Cruz.
Whitney Kim.
Emily Racinos Tot.
Haley Maynard.
Diana Gomez.
Gianmarco Cardenas.
Joshua Lowe.
Savannah Bennett.
Aldir Vasquez. Ian Daniel Panella.
Tyler Fitzgerald.
Sina Koda Karamian.
Cameron Batiste. Vivian Daniels.
Now reading names from the Department of Art.
Taylor Kaliz.
Brenda Mungia. Audrey Elizabeth Higa.
Brianna Lynn Park.
Jaya Dariat.
Anne Jin Hwan Kim.
Christian Alexander Pineda.
Serena Van Dorn Newsy.
Julian Gaither.
Decker Jimenez.
Brian Emmanuel Vito Cruz.
Luke Crawford.
Christian Urrutia.
Krishna Andrea Morelos.
Andrew Gutierrez.
Tamir Martin.
Ashley Valencia. Dinah Lee Tiger.
Serena Orozco.
Nina Vasquez.
Elaine Kim.
Brian J. Bandoy.
Christopher Hoxie. Andrew Hoxie. Prince Lott. Christopher Hernandez.
Keela Lynn Ritz,
Kieran Ellis,
Jasmine Warren,
Ashley Ayala, Ileana Gonzalez,
Jessica Lizama,
Angelo DeTuin,
Emma Howitt,
Rebecca Duggar,
Christine Rihanna Estrellado Santos, Madison Powell, Sonia Sheikh,
Quinn Wynn, Kyle Bandola Martinez, Jasmine Herrera, Maria Cristal Galindo Oskovich,
Deja Duval,
Cristina Montiel, Jenny Lix Depaz,
Jordan Powell,
Ernesto Alcaraz,
Nathan Young, Leslie Sofia Villanueva, Rebecca Sell, Luis Saldana,
Christine O'Rourke, Jewel Pamantuan Milan,
Tanya Rodriguez, Carolina Rios, Celine Sanchez Rosas,
Eric Fabian,
Giovanni Williams,
Samuel Akiba,
B. Hannah,
Teal Marcelo Bowers,
Akiva Chaim Wild,
Marcelina Cervantes, Viken Bezjian, Roxana Lorena Gonzalez Renderos,
Patrick Slider,
Matthew Clinch, Gabriel Gutierrez Jr.,
Lauren Elizabeth Watmore,
Jason Ngafa,
Ashley Caroline Kaye,
Andrea Wong,
Liani Abigail Munoz, Benjamin Lunnan,
Kyle Edward Ikaza,
Lucy Mangasarian,
Philip A. Quintero,
Sergio Ortiz,
Brianne Taint Gintu,
Jennifer Hernandez,
Deja Brown, Evan Calder, Olivia Babayan, Mariana Bonilla,
Marcel Sanchez Campos,
Erika Nieblas Olvera,
Nina Foreman,
Rachel Stein,
Asia Hunt,
Tatiana Del Olmo, Luca Choza,
Eno Medina,
Emmanuel Galindo Cisneros,
Nicole Muro Perez,
Almarani Romero,
Kimari Cage, Anna Arzumanya, Marquise Green,
Azona Chuku Isagba, Mane Marcosian, Grantis Jodzavicius, Arpanik Arpina Hovhanesian, Sam Johnson,
Haley Flores,
Daniela Carney, Naomi Mejia, Esther Levy,
Brianna Chavez,
Austin Shimmick, Maria Elvira Vargas,
Coulter Lucas,
Ty Brown,
Gavin Woods,
Alondra Hernandez,
Nathan Paul Gonzalez Santos, Rebecca Rose,
Cecilia Esmeralda Castillo,
Angie Ruby Oliva Rodriguez,
Dylan Francisco De Castro, Gabriela Fuentes, Sean Dettenmeyer, Vidalia Estrada,
Dylan Richmond.
Michael Peter Lineker. Amanda Lynn Lagged. Brian Lowe.
Wen Tao Xiao.
Yvonne Avila.
Austin Christopher Jenkins.
Sharon T. Ellis. Stephanie Solano Hernandez.
Dawson McCormick.
Vanessa Lorraine Palma. Crystal Pinedo.
Kevin Del Toro.
Brian Pulido.
Ashley Estrada.
Yulizani Santillan.
Kong Choi.
Joanna Ramirez.
Donovan Brown.
Jacob Money. Amelia Hollenstein. Andrew James Jensen. Pamela Covelis.
Mohammed Samayi.
Andres Ilias Irauskin. Laisha Hernandez. John Lee.
Darren Tran.
Edgar Giovanni Diaz Padilla. Brenda Cholula.
Misha Shegalevsky.
Joshua Lucas Moncada. Arman Kachatrian.
Dylan Struck. Matthew Trejo.
Matthew Cassiano. Jaylene Dialago.
Linda Mae Kearns.
Rocio Barrios Rodriguez.
Matthew Karp.
Melanie Gramajo Vasquez.
Raven Schecksnyder. Sophia Wolf. Harmony Azul Vasquez. Mariam Rohani Vakili. Ronita Saidian.
Aurelia Garlock.
Melissa Termini. Luis Rafael Santiago Munoz. Melissa Rios.
Ruth Murillo.
Shayla Rose Flores. Kylie Betger.
Carrie Ruiz.
Melanie Marie Harris.
Diana Crespo Munoz. Elijah Dominic A. Barcena.
Marissa Totter. Ashley Tamayo.
Emily Mary Herrera Cuevas.
Sebastian Gomez.
Benjamin James Stockham. Aaron Spencer Flora Rimondo.
Nigel Odiambo. Sara Hassan.
Taharida Rahman. Lorenzo Sanchez.
Nayeli Bautista. Chachaya Boon Lirawat.
Giovanni.
Melissa Ponce. Jordan Trone.
Jackie Lopez.
Delilah Rodriguez.
Calvin Anthony Banyas.
Ava Lepe. Esther Nerio.
Gretel Cortez. Jared Ayot.
Ann Kyle Tucio.
Amy Maria Iglesias.
Janelli Gonzalez.
Genesis Murillo. Cynthia Hanlari.
Lindsay Trumbull.
Kendra Hill.
Julissa Yaret Garcia.
Lindsay Ramirez.
Christine Mendez.
Finley West. Kevin Angel Silva Chavez.
Adolfo Alvarado. Frederick Thomas Dime Barcelona.
Youngun Ko. Edgar Ledesma. Sebastian Inocencio. Mark Anthony Juarez.
Joshua Blom.
Andrea Rosales Noches.
Estefania Farias. Brenda Gonzalez Morales. Christine Erica Alzate Eugenio.
Manur Zafar.
Sarah Garibians.
Ana Martinez. Andros Hernandez.
Sarina Keswani.
Yvette McMillan.
Natalia Chacon.
Atsiri Mejia.
Chloe Zavaleta.
Rachel McNutt. Jonathan Molina.
Rachel Gonzalez.
Ria Kate Denoy Rendon.
Monica Delgado.
Shanae Joy Yuanu.
Sukhyun Bay. Gia Hannah Alonzo Cartena. Joshua Andrew Fajardo. Aaron John Alzaga.
David Jonathan Sequeira.
Brittany Ho. Carla Daniela Jimenez Guillen.
Annalisa Cruz.
Christian Lopez. Maishan Holly. Andre Laban Kochar.
Vincent Chong.
Twan Anthony Lee. Sharon Wynn.
Alyssa Jaylene Parada. Sarai Padilla.
Jonathan Hernandez.
Molly Arizona Cesar Hop. Cameron Steele.
Karakreet Boonpayam.
April R. Moran.
Gabriela Arteaga Laura.
Carson Puyat.
Martha Alvarado.
Itzel Lopez.
Natalie Amari.
Emma Ramirez. Brittany Robles. Stephanie Tran.
Emily May Chan Diaz.
Maya K. Jackson.
Victoria Anzo Stagner.
Julia DeCurrent.
Miora Adeline Z. Gloria Luz Rincon. Matthew David Ventura. Juliana Vega.
Gwyneth Moore. Maria Karapetian. Fernando Mendes.
Wendy Amador.
Sofia Reyes.
Tiffany Cassandra Zazueta Reyes. Now reading names from the Department of Communication Studies.
Samantha Kakola.
Janice Alexis Calhoun. Caitlin Diab. Ronell Ravel Carnell Evans.
Jason Rojas.
Caesar Menjivar. Nigel Lewis.
Angelina Castillejo.
Andy Cesar Hueso. Brianna Faith Murillo.
Anna Delakian. Preston Alexander. Camille Beni Ahmad. Emma Cohen.
Jordan Mijares.
Alexander Dorofayev.
Nico Nicolas Kiyoichi Kimoto.
Saul Gonzalez.
Beatriz Rivera.
Valentine Gonzalez.
Brian Andrew Perez II.
Eric Anderson.
Marina Mancioni.
Hannah Finkelstein.
Sydney Trin.
Nicole Arroyo.
Enrique Jose Cison. Nicolas Pinto.
Daniel Agajanian.
Aileen Kerimasihi. Gabriela Lascano. Jacqueline Ramos Lopez. Albert Jones.
Julie Ashuri.
Melanie Elizabeth Serpas.
Melody Hojadi. Ashkan Hojadi.
Diego Gomez.
Andrew Concepcion. Zachariah Adams.
Angel Rodriguez.
Gina Lidgett.
Lauren Wheatley.
Carla Lehman. Emily Monterey. Mickey Shingyip Mack. Alexis Ong.
Juliana Curiel.
Sabrina Hassan. Savannah Rose Henry.
Jacob Damian Gonzalez. Alik Agvenyan. Jared Gugasian. Inaki Bustamante.
Hallie Sky Monalili.
Maureen Shanuda.
Matthew Syed Ali. Jaden Giroux.
Kelsey Meredith Quillen.
Michaela Jade Gonzalez.
Taylor Linekin.
Rebecca Ayala. Miguel Alexis Espinoza Flores. Justin Cummins.
Wyatt James Manthai.
Clarabelle Yanez.
Sarai Ayala Rivera.
Nicole Harunzi.
Brady Ariel Ryder.
Sinead Martin.
Mackay Smith. Grace Sieper.
Ashley Glass.
Antonio Verguero.
Kennedy Cashman.
Jasleen Walia.
Victoria Alexia Jimenez Rivas.
Melissa Aceves Raya. Heli Contreras.
Mittal Kalra.
Madison Ankley.
Christopher Martinez. Katerina Kojababian.
Julie Arevalos Lagunas.
Megan Nasirzadeh. Shahan Jayasinghe.
Edgar Bedoya.
Milka Oliva Castro. Arzo Nomer. Siglali Lopez. Leila Musla. Alejandra Oblitas.
Angel Rivera.
Joseph Brandon Hollis.
Andres Barone.
Blake Washington. Ani Shahinian.
Amina Bahi.
Kylie Michelle Lucerian. Alexandra Lambova.
Ryder Castagnoli.
Bianca Machado.
Emma Barton Holm.
Natalie Mitrovska. David Martinez III.
Kasim Garashi.
Evans Okarafor. Taye Nylaric Kearns.
Jessica Godinez. Kales Gutierrez.
Diana Irene Rivas. Julie Rivas.
Mariah Madison.
Ronaldo Behines. Katrina Gilliam.
Alexander Enrique Gomez Osorio. Joshua Romero.
Benjamin Griffin.
Michaela Hernandez.
Stephanie Wheelis.
Hayden John Day.
Nick Schwartz.
Troy Glass.
Daniel Isaiah Walton. Demetra Siopkis. Nikki Sosa.
Jocelyn Espada. Christopher Daniel Cruz.
Yvonne Ramirez.
Natalie Aquino.
Chandler Miles.
Nara Abulian. Gavin Vincent Balili Ebo. Luis Alberto Garcia.
Veronice Ortiz.
Jahida Velasquez. Gianna Perez.
Frida Sofia Casas.
Dizie Sophie Ofebu.
Ekram Dawed.
Alicia Estefany Ortiz. Jasleen Membreno.
Jose Eduardo Esparza Gonzalez. Monica Coulter. Lena Demir. Braxton Baker.
Aram Gazanian.
Jennifer Flores. Faith Cruz.
Mia Solares.
Kirsten Taylor DeBurkey.
Hoshina Nagahashi.
Sidlali Solis.
Cecilia Lara.
Joshua Rafael Ramirez. Raquel Sabrina Ruiz.
Natel Maradian. Arno Minas Masihi.
Matthew Abekun.
Michael Anthony Sendin.
Evelyn Morales.
Julie Madeline Silva. Heather Esperanza Platon.
Cecilia Castaneda.
Allison Romanino.
Emeka Nwasu.
Adam James Lee Acosta. Jose Barajas. Amanda Adam.
Tatevik Isayan. Brandon Hill.
Delaney Colleen Broncho.
Kent Lee Lozano Jr.
Constantino Caravaggio. Jorge Beltran. Kevin Gonzalez. Estefany Gutierrez. Tallulah Bowman. Heidi Donis.
Vanessa Maldonado.
Jose Angel Sanchez.
Giovanni Anthony Hernandez. Paul Mbanu Jr.
Now reading names from the Department of Cinema and Television Arts.
Alana Bliss.
Ida Nabati. Julian Miguel Matis. Haley Holloman. Maite Hoxie. Abel Orozco. Jing Xuan Li.
Joy Pamintuan. Ella Torrehata. Alice Ulababian.
Jason Ryan Rimondo Castromero.
Ethan Michael Trainee. Daniel Trainee.
Hadassah Ney.
Cesar de Luna Reyes.
Fernanda Zaragoza.
Priya Burleson. Chloe Benz.
Henry Maciat. Dylan Nabir. Calvin Height.
Jasmine Real Bacanico.
Casey Rendon Lopez.
Kayla Marissa Lisaola.
Jonah Edelstein. Trevor Bishop.
Chloe Delaney Smith. Henry Tran.
Brian Navarro. Abraham Martinez Pena.
Nico Cisternas.
Leiden Shahaf.
Amri Butbul. Joshua Corbin Tomlinson. Yu Chigira.
Sakura Yoshino. Aiden Starbird.
Jennifer Olanda Calderon. Ainsley Elizabeth Green Bronskill.
Chloe Shutt.
Bianchi Ignatin. Maria Martinez Flores. Julia Lopez.
Sophie Verweyen.
Jamie Fetters. Nicholas Garcia. Melanie Campbell. Calvin Matias Cosio. Jacob Cohen.
Stephanie Pacheco. Bianca Zamora.
Erwin Ochoa Cortez.
Eduardo Puebla. Tyler Zielinski. Jane Kathleen Vasquez.
Kayla Fuentes. Hannah Grani.
Avery King.
Madeline Eaton. Vinny Garcia.
Edwin Alexis Ruano.
Madison Lynn Nelson.
Lizzie Escobar.
Jonathan Tirado.
Moez Bada. Miriam Agina.
Natalie Tapia.
Caitlin Negrete. Matthew Naslu.
John Chapman. Michael Jacob Estiandon. Lillian Adelstein.
Daniela Noel Jones.
Carson Bain.
Antonio Rojas.
Thomas Brow. Austin Baggett. Kalia Agayapur.
Justin D. Jones.
Damone Marcel Williams Jr. Cindy Magali Rodriguez. Kathleen Marilyn Perez.
Robert C. Lind. Nicole Veronica Itliong. Isaias Chai Martinez. Kevin Hernandez.
Chin Yi Ding. Samoya Eaton. Christian Acosta. Melina Aaliyah Adams. Camille Castron.
Sean Keene.
Brandon Arbalaez. Caitlin Cody.
Jonathan Ordaz. Ruben Navarro.
David Roger Escogido. Ronel Luke Ceniza. Emmanuel Ediger. Adrian Cortez Heredia.
Alberto Orozco.
Troy Smith. Daniel Vallejo.
Quan Jian Jiang.
Carlos Valencia.
Ilona Buniatian. Noah Daniel Bailiff.
Cameron Lewis Merkerson. Denise Maldonado.
Dylan Neighbor.
Eamon Treasure.
Michael Milazzo.
Jonathan Sweeney.
Aaron Jeanette Kiefer.
Adam DeCesare.
Jenna Moyer.
Robert DeGose.
Lexi Tylen Simon.
Layla Karam.
Diana Paula Gomez Ruvalcaba.
Eric Silva.
Jasmine Flores.
Roger Nathan Kalidasan. Julian Tyrone Moran Jr.
Sydney Lillian Campos.
Angela Shantae Jones.
Axel Dominguez.
Dahlia Mae Pacheco.
Alex Karakanov, Stephen Orozco,
India Sides, Jorge Padilla,
Carla Escamilla, Beth Goodnight, Palacios Bradford, Travis Diffenderfer,
Nikita, Nicholas Melat,
Ermac Yalili,
Sam Edgar Hayden,
Alina Davila,
Ashley Vigil, Adrian Kidia,
Hope Cardona,
Madeline Kao,
Erica Ellis,
Eric Emiliano Hernandez,
Phoebe Smith, Jordan Corpuz San Miguel,
Rebecca Carey, Dante Koji Inuzuka Bernhardt, David Agasarian, Matthew Castellanos,
Nixon Lovos,
Bianca Cruz,
Hagop Kabejian, Arvin Nushi, Reagan Lopez,
Heather Ebel, Isabella DiGiulio,
Peyton Quintero,
Madison Cabrera,
Logan Serrano,
Jacob Martin,
Ariana Decker, Thomas D. Cullen, Milana Bryan,
Sophia Wright,
Jaden Ivansky,
Owen Scott,
Hayden Charles Clausmeyer,
Dean Vincenzo Denibale,
Jojo Staramana,
Matthew Kaddish,
Miguel Guzman Jr., Jacob Alvarez,
Samantha Zan, Maritza Ramirez Arellanes, Avik Pandey,
Maylin Liu,
Trevor Wascom, Nicholas Chen,
Desmond Chi Hong Lo,
Andrew Suarez,
Joseph Gutierrez,
Mateo Samuel Simon, Trent X. Powell, James Ward,
Mused Abdullah, Antonio Durame Jr., Daniel Valentine Aratunian,
Robert Adam Redfern,
Javier Covarrubias Aguirre,
Audrey Kewell,
Jacob Yorba, Harrison Tepper,
Matthew Alley,
Andrew James Kowalski,
Neo Matthew Flores,
Christopher Irwin Woodland,
J.R. Ricardo Alex Medina,
Hector Manuel Velasquez Fraga, Natnari Rungcharan Raying,
Ana Sharon Martinez Rios,
Joyfiana Vanessa Suryakusuma, Kwan Wei Yu,
Hunter Nicole Hawkins, Andrew Naranjo,
Joshua Lawrence Ratti,
Jackson Geary,
Tyler Jones Juarez,
Jason Paulus,
Tadato Miller,
Zhu Ni Guo,
Candice Moreno, Carissa Lego,
Pie Pyo Pang,
Hao Qian He,
Scott Luryang Tan,
Micah Moore,
Nicholas Sherman, Jolie Schwartz,
Martin Avina Jr.,
Alexander Sherman,
Robbie James Neal,
Iman Fadai, Matthew Joseph Louis Collazo Marquez, Alexander Dean,
Tate Birchmore,
Nicholas Tivey,
Andrew Flores, Hannah Ahern, Diego Rene Guerrero,
Tumaris Jumaniaz,
Idalis Perez,
Michael Colosimo,
Micah Shemansky,
Christopher Lobron, Callie Ho,
Daniel Ferreros Rist, Jasmine Cordero, Anthony Bradley,
Ethan Montag,
Karina Salcido,
Angelina Alvarado,
Lauren Michelle Reel,
Caitlin Lounsbury,
Youngsu Goya Gao, Megan Sinead Garcia,
Cameron Valle,
Alexis Battistone, Laura Gulbranson,
Robert Peterson, Brandon Rodriguez, Nestor Vanelli, Adam Springer, Darius Sabrzadeh, Nicholas Van Leuven,
Jacob Julius Goldner, Julio Alberto Arellano,
Destiny Carmela Valles,
Kirsten Freison, Nina Andrade,
Stephen Hernandez,
Brandon G, Ian Champana,
David Massine,
Emilio Garcia Rodriguez Arana,
David Valdez, Jennifer Romualdo Guillen, Yasmin Yvette Zapata,
Leanne Desiree Lopez,
Claire Elizabeth Groninger,
Miguel Stephen Ruiz,
Christina Aguilar,
Danielle Tekmar,
Justice Devlin Cusack Wasson, Berenice Achutagi,
Liam Joyce,
Allison Enick, Kelly Cassandra Rosario Desuacido, Hannah Boutel,
Olivia Herrera,
Renee Barrenos, Donovan Anthony,
Emmanuel Rivas, Ping Yang,
Edgar Gomez Vega,
Donovan Joseph,
Vanessa Doniz,
Austin Salguero,
Carissa Ann Kelly,
Oscar Armando Vernon Jr., Christian Zapata,
Alex Cadenas,
Daniel Rivas, Dariush Rohani, Gabriel Ramirez, Jan David Sutar, Jack Plurkowski,
Ian Mitchell,
Adam Silberman, Gwyneth Virag,
Laura Beatrice Mason, Caitlin Kelly,
Jensen Cole, Michael Akandi,
DJ Holman, William McDonald, Byron Allen Morse,
Soren Bloomquist Egerling,
Trenton Hess,
Jonathan Belmont, Gino Casali, Nathan Ariano,
Carter Nicholas, Mohammed Mala, Andre Hurtado Ramirez,
Oscar Vasquez, Kyla Marie Toison Perez,
Julia Amstutz, Michaela Boniti,
Ednisha Tucker,
Nico Blue Fernandez, Christopher Rigoberto Espinoza, Alexander Nicholas Crespo,
Jonathan Sanchez,
Destin Jordan,
Remington Magnus De Leon, Jacqueline Guiena, Brian Antonio Bustamante,
Nicholas Turturro III,
Jose Antonio Mendoza,
Saul Quintero, Shailiel Quintanilla Flores, Emily Abigail Susilo, Giselle Pisano,
Joshua Lomelli, Ryan Jones Kennedy,
Isabel Perez, Austin Vasquez Bautista,
Donovan Dickens, Trinity Acklin, Taylor Griffin,
Daniel Mata,
Elizabeth Ruiz, Natalie Porcayo, Yesenia Perez Castano,
Peyton Helena Brown,
Kirsten Means,
Miguel Angel Cruz,
Francisco Javier Herrera Jr.,
Heaven Ruiz,
Cumi Ellis,
Dezabin Ross Ramos,
Osmin Flamenco,
Andrew Simbal,
Michael Cueto,
Jack Pineda,
Jack Dione,
Joseph Martin,
Cole Davis, Andrew Desowitz,
Shane Solorzano,
Zachary Haggerty,
Jonathan Salguero,
Trevor Davenport,
Madar Manlai,
Haley Garcia, Daniela Gonzalez Ruvalcaba,
Vanessa Silva,
Joanna Alvarado,
Jacob Brenner,
Tyrone Walton,
Andres Flores,
Sierra Renee Sherrod, Nicole Wiley,
Sarah Nadine Golden, Kevin Christopher Barrias,
Colin Michael Hancock,
Wan Ting Tan,
the last student of the evening and the season, Nayla Macias.
Well, that was fun. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Felicia CSUN Conlin, class of 2017, to officially welcome our graduates into the CSUN Alumni Association.
Good evening, graduates. As president of the CSUN Alumni Association, I have the honor to welcome you to the alumni world. With this year's commencement ceremonies, there are now more than 425,000 matadors around the globe. You should be so proud of your accomplishments at CSUN, and we salute you for staying the course. The horizon will offer endless possibilities for you to share the skills, knowledge, and experiences you have gained. As you navigate the future, know that the alumni are available to help you in your post-graduation journey. Utilize the opportunities the Alumni Association affords you. Mentorship, advocacy, professional development, and social networking. There is no cost to join. Remember to sign up, though, online to stay connected to the university and the Alumni Associations. Congratulations, class of 2024. Yeah. And welcome to the worldwide Matador family.
Thank you, Dr. Conlin. So I would now like to invite a special guest up to the stage. Christopher Aston, would you please come up? As we bring our commencement season to a close, I would like to recognize the hundreds of exceptional matadors who have literally been living and breathing these festivities for the past 4 days. It is hard to believe, but since Friday, we have held 7 commencement ceremonies with nearly 75,000 guests, and it has been magical. Our employees in student affairs, physical plant management, public safety, IT, academic affairs, and university relations and advancement, they have trimmed the trees for you. They have erected the bleachers, produced the live streams, ushered our guests, and ensured everyone's joy and safety. They really have worked tirelessly to ensure we could send our graduates off with a proper send-off, and they have been capably led by our own commencement guru, Christopher Aston. Take a bow, Christopher. Thank you all for helping me to recognize them. All right, are you ready? I had a feeling you might be. Can all of our baccalaureate degree recipients, would you please rise if you are able? In academic tradition, the student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel to the right of the mortarboard. When the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left and joins the select company of highly educated individuals. In recognition of your new status, would all of our baccalaureate degree recipients move that tassel to the left? Friends, family, colleagues, and community members, with a click of my ruby red chucks, it is my great honor to present to you the class of 2024. To officially close this ceremony, I ask that faculty, staff, and CSUN alumni all rise if you are able. You know what? You're all already on your feet. I knew this was going to be a good close to the season. We are going to sing our university alma mater, Hail to the Matadors. If you do not already know the words, you can find them in your program. It is under the musical direction of Professor Tina Raymond and the Jazz A Band, performed by Linda Melendez. We ask that you please remain in your seats to allow the faculty to recess. Once we are done with the alma mater, this allows us an opportunity for our graduates to thank our faculty for their expertise, support, and dedication. Congratulations, graduate, and remember, once a Matador. Well done and congratulations.